Does not pay.
Sure, fellas, sure. But we still don't get half the dough we oughta for the chances we take.
What do you want, Patsy? A 4-horse Harley that's a sure thing? There ain't no such animal. What do you want to do, beautiful? Knock off Green's jewelry store?
Why not?
Are you nuts, sister?
Shut up, a lot of you. Now, Rocky, watch your driving. I'm not nuts, and I said Breen.
Now, look, Patsy, the joint's got the burglar alarm strung over every inch. It's wired, it's hot.
Sure. Don't I know it? But why can't we make those things work for us?
In the interest of good citizenship and law enforcement, we present Crime Does Not Pay, based on the famous Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer series of short subjects. In just a moment, you will hear Burglar Alarm, starring Betty Furness. Now, Crime Does Not Pay, starring Betty Furness as Patsy Rice in Burglar Alarm. There are almost as many names for the kind of district in which Patsy Rice was born as there are cities with slums. And no matter the name, it always looks the same. Dilapidated tenements, littered streets, washed, fluttering futilely, dirty again before it's dry. And the kids, racing in the streets, screaming across the gutters, bursting at the seams of their clothing and the seams of the slums they live in. Patsy Rice was one of those kids. So were Rocky and Roller and Jappy, her immediate pals. They grew up together, learned the same bitter lessons together, beat their heads against the same stone walls together, and were inseparable until Jappy finally had to go away for a while. When Jappy came back, there was a welcome home party of sorts.
Well, why doesn't he come home, eh? Why doesn't he come? Don't worry, he'll be here. I told him the drinks was free. You know Jappy when the drinks are free.
Drinks? 6 Cokes and 5 bottles of beer.
Oh, what's eating you, Patsy? You like beer? Tomboy grew up, Roller. Like all dames, she wants egg in her beer.
I want a decent drink once in my life. Can you buy it for me, Rocky?
Easy does it, beautiful. Leave it to Rocky. You'll wear mink yet.
When? When my bones are so old and cold, not even mink will keep them warm?
You're a long way from that, Patsy.
Thanks.
You'll see, kid. I'll buy you plenty.
On what? The kind of job sent Jappy up for 90 days and leaves us to give him a party on 6 Cokes and 5 beers?
Quit beeping, will you? He's here. Jappy, you old jailbird. Jappy hates Jappy.
So you're out. How was it, Jappy?
Not good. Very ungood, in fact.
Oh, come on, have a drink, Jappy. Yeah. What'll it be? Coke or beer?
Sit down, Jappy. Take a load off your feet.
Yeah, that I'll do. This feels okay. Now, let me look at your Patsy.
Okay, Jappy.
Why?
I want to look, that's all. A fella can look.
Patsy's my girl.
He wants to look. Because where he's been for 3 months, he felt like he'd never see a girl again. And all the while, nobody talked about anything except a girl.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Now give me a beer.
Yeah, sure, okay. Hey, Jappy, old kid. Must have been pretty rugged, huh? 90 days ain't so much.
When somebody else gets him.
Not so much like 90 months, maybe.
But bad enough.
Plenty. You don't just sit down. You gotta work and plenty.
Laundry or the rock pile?
How come you know so much?
I made it my business to find out.
Yeah? Why?
Because I figure we're in business. And when you're in business, you got to figure the risks and know the losses as well as the profits. See?
She's right, fellas. The guys who was inside, guys who've been there before, they figure all the time. They don't try no job unless they know the odds pretty close. When I told them what we tried,
They said we was jakes. Real jakes.
On account of what we got out of it?
Yeah, that and on account of I got caught. I shouldn't have got caught. We should have figured the cop on the beat. Not just busted into the joint any old time.
You hear that, Rocky? Roller? Jaffe didn't have to go up. Not if we figured right. And that's what we got to show for it. What'd that fence give us for the haul? Was it worth the trouble?
Okay, kid, if you're so smart. You got any ideas?
Could be, Rocky. It just could be. Ready to listen instead of yakking your head off for a change?
Looks like we're okay, beautiful.
Tell you about that after we get back home with the haul.
You sure keeping the string loose.
Well, it's like I told him, so there'll be no mistakes.
If there's one job, I'm satisfied I'm outside.
Next time, maybe I'll let Lola stay out with me, and you can go in with Jaffe.
You try that just once. You're my girl.
Listen. He's checking doors on the beach. Come on now, Rocky doll. Be passionate. And don't forget to pull that string.
I did it already. Cup's only a couple of doors down the line. Give me a smooch, huh?
Only in the line of duty, lover boy.
Yeah. Sure you didn't dream up this idea just so we could have a little smooching in private.
Private? Here? In the doorway of a fancy dress shop with Roller and Jaffe working inside and a cop getting closer every minute?
It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Nobody else around.
Quick. I'll make it a long one. He's right next door. And beats the string.
Check. Pleasure, beautiful.
I could enjoy this myself.
Here now, what's all this?
Oh, a policeman.
Sorry, officer.
Sorry, folks. This ain't allowed. What's the matter, kid? Big sister got the living room tonight?
Well, that is yes, and
Well, I'm not the one to be spoiling young love on a summer night, but this is no place for spooning. Off with you now.
Yes, sir, yeah. Oh, sorry, officer.
we didn't mean anything wrong, officer, honestly.
Any place that's dark, I guess. Oh, well. Yeah, the door's okay. Oh, now. What's this? String through the keyhole? Now, who'd be fishing for what through a keyhole in a place like this?
Neat, I tell you, neat. Only next time, Rocky, don't take the string so hard. You almost took my finger off.
I'm telling you, we had the joint almost clean. The back door was standing wide open. Rocky pulls on a cord through the keyhole. Jackie says the cop is coming. We beat it to the cars, and you come strolling around a corner like it was nothing at all. And off we go.
That's how it is when you plan, fellas. That cop is still scratching his head over that string. 5 will get you 10 on that.
We sure dumped the loot in the back quick like.
Good haul. Well, what you been doing? Sleeping at the wheel?
No. I'm just thinking that maybe I got the best job in the whole setup.
Never mind that, Rocky.
You know, I wouldn't mind that department myself. Not with you, Patsy.
I'll save it, Jackie. You didn't answer Rocky's question yet. Is it a good haul?
Looks okay to me.
A dozen dresses, 3 coats, 2 with fur on them.
Is that all?
Good enough.
Oh, for a first try with the new suits, I'm sure.
Ben ought to give us a couple of hundred. Good start.
And that bag you lifted yesterday had 150 in it, Patsy.
How much you get on that heist job, Jeffy?
Only half a C.
Oh, he's done 400 in a week, Patsy. Ain't bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good. We do that every week.
Plus a couple of good bets on a bobtails. We'll be riding in the chips in no time.
Sure, fellas. Sure. But we still don't get half the dough we oughta for the chances we take.
What do you want, Patsy? A 4-horse parlay that's a sure thing?
There ain't no such animal.
What do you want to do, beautiful? Knock off Green's jewelry store?
Why not?
Are you nuts, sister?
What are you
You're
talking about?
dreaming.
You
Shut up.
crazy.
Shut up, the lot of you. Rocky, what you driving? I'm not nuts, and I said green.
Look, Patsy, the joint's got the burglar alarm strung up every inch. It's wired, it's hot.
Sure. Don't I know it? But why can't we make those things work for us? got everything straight?
Yeah. Oh, sister, what'll happen to my parole if we're caught on this one?
We're not going to be caught. If you do like you're told.
Listen, who's giving orders?
Okay, so I'm giving orders. And since you've been taking them, Roller, you haven't been rolling drunks for your room rent, have you?
Okay, I ain't complaining. You don't have to rub it in.
Take it easy, kid. I mean you, Patsy.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like it sounded.
Hey, it's awful empty. Streets around here.
Traffic here on Sunday morning.
Is that why you picked Sunday, Patsy? No traffic, I mean?
Other reasons, too. Park here, Rocky.
Sure.
Rings ain't till the next block.
Want to attract attention driving past on Sunday, Jappy?
Gee, you think of everything, Patsy.
Well, I try to. Okay. Now, everybody got the orders straight?
You and me, we stroll over to Breen's.
Right. Jappy?
I gotta walk to that cellar door across the street from Green's, open it, go down inside.
So far, so good. Roller?
I drift to the corner. After you and Rocky hit the cellar, I follow you. Pull down the door after me. Stick the wedge in like you showed me so as we can see without anybody seeing us.
Right. Now, let's get started. And don't muff anything, boys. The bundle heavy, Rocky, dear?
Enough. Should have let me wrap it in newspaper.
Oh, that gag's for when you want to bust a window quietly. Today, we want to make as much noise as we can.
Okay, hon, if you say so.
I say so. And are we going to make a racket?
You know, sweetie, we started to snatch a few things when we was kids. You were mad at the world. Now I think you'd like to do jobs like that.
And if I do, what did anybody ever do for me? Did we have a chance at a decent job? Could I ever even learn shorthand? Nuts. Look at those sparklers in that window.
Yeah.
They're real. This is a big job, Rocky.
Anybody looking at us would think we was a couple of kids window shopping for a ring, maybe.
Window shopping is right. And you with a rock under your coat. Okay. The coast is clear. Jackie's got that cellar open. Heave it. Now.
Now is right.
Cross the street, Rocky. Come on.
Watch the cellar. Don't jump on the stairs.
Good. You made it.
What a beautiful racket. The cops ought to be here.
So good. Is that all? Since when did you guys ever have grandstand seats to watch the cops open up a store full of diamonds so you could take your pick with nobody to bother you?
In just a moment, Crime Does Not Pay will continue with Burglar Alarm. Now we continue with Crime Does Not Pay, starring Betty Furness as Patsy Rice in Burglar Alarm. Patsy and the boys waited in their grandstand seats. The slightly open cellar door gave them a full view and almost full hearing of the events about to transpire across the street, where plate glass lay in shattered fragments on the sidewalk, and the burglar alarm shattered the Sunday quiet with its shrill ringing. Shortly, another sound was added.
Here they come, fellas.
Yeah. Snow White and the two dopes.
Is that the best they could teach you in the workhouse, Jappy? I knew that when I was wearing bloomers.
Okay. I was only kidding.
Hey, look at the cops. Guns and everything.
Maybe they think whoever heaved the rock is sitting inside waiting for us.
With the window in pieces, they tried a door.
Cops always try doors. You know that, Rocky.
Yeah. Don't they, though? Nice fellas. They like young romance.
Hey, what are they doing? Counting the sparklers?
Yeah, something like that. If anything's missing from the window, they can usually tell.
We didn't take nothing.
Yeah, that's part of the idea. Now, look, shut up, all of you. I want to hear what they do next.
Hey, they're coming over here to their car.
Shut up, I said.
Okay.
Dispatcher from car 54.
Dispatcher, car 54. This is Morgan, car 54. We responded to the burglar alarm. Green. 8th and Madison Street. Yeah, a window's smashed. Looks like that's all. The showcase wasn't touched. When the rock landed, a few of the things were pushed around. Nothing seems to be missing. They must have been scared off by the bell.
Get off. Get him.
Rocky.
All right. Yeah, we'll stand by until you can get a crew over to board up the window. Car 54 over and out. Okay, we gotta stick around, Joe, till we get a crew over here.
That's it, fellas. Just like I figured. Now all we gotta do is sit tight and wait. Easy, I said, Rocky. They'll have every cop within a mile down on us.
There ain't no cop in a mile. Who's awake? Not around here. After midnight on Sunday. Boy, if this street was dead this morning, what is it tonight?
Perfect for us. Uh-oh. Company's coming. Duck, fellas.
Glass board's off. Beautiful. Place is wide open.
He's blinking his light. It's Gappy with the truck. Push me into the window, Rocky.
Check, beautiful.
Hey, can't we just clean it out from here?
We got a truck roller. We're not stopping at the window.
Make it fast, hon.
We gonna try to clean out the whole joint?
Nah, only the valuable stuff. Nothing under 5 carats.
Everything's set, fellas. We're touching.
Inside, opening the door. She knows where the alarm switch is for that. No bells tonight, boys.
Come on, boys. Coast is clear. Not even a watchman. You bring the boxes, Gappy?
Boxes? What for?
To pack the stuff in. No, never mind. Oh, there's a load of stuff here. Looks like a packing room or something. Start grabbing, boys.
Rocky says nothing under 5 carats.
Rocky says. Never mind Rocky's joke. Clean the place. Everything. Understand?
Carrying screw scales in his back pocket.
Ah, you and your joke. Rocky, we're going to be rich. No more window shopping. We can split the loot with 5 or 6 fences. We'll get plenty.
We'll get plenty if we get ourselves caught.
Not me. They won't get me.
They got Jappy that time.
No plans. Phew. Warm in here.
Look, Jappy's working this shirt.
Oh, that's smart. Anybody passing outside. Jappy, put your jacket on.
Too hot.
Put it on. Your shirt's too flashy. Somebody might see it.
Oh, no. Now I ripped it. Okay. That better, Patsy. I took the thing off. Ripped anyway.
Better. But don't forget to take it with you when we scram.
I got the pieces in my pocket already.
Good. Now keep going, boys. There's more rocks and junk in this joint than even Mrs. Van Astorbilt would want to wear to the opening of the opera.
Wilson? Is this Lieutenant Wilson?
Yes, this is Wilson.
This is John Breen, Wilson. You better get down to my store.
Look, Mr. Breen, I told you yesterday after your window was smashed.
Wilson, would you please
Rocks
listen?
don't take fingerprints, and the glass was insured.
This is Monday morning, Lieutenant.
So what?
So plenty. I had visitors last night.
What?
You better get down here, Lieutenant. Whoever it was must have brought a truck with them. They cleaned out my entire stock.
When you said clean, Mr. Breen, you weren't kidding.
It was planned, Lieutenant. It must have been. Somebody even pulled the switch that controls the alarm on the door. And it's a special one.
I see. Pried a board loose, climbed through the broken window, and then opened the door.
And walked out with every diamond in my store. Except those in the safe.
Now, we'll get him for you, Mr. Breen.
I hope.
Hey, Morgan, any sign of prints?
No, Lieutenant. Must have worked with gloves.
But there's this. I see. Do you or any of your clerks wear shirts this color, Mr. Breen?
My employees and I wear only white shirts, Lieutenant. It's the rule of the store.
I see. Interesting. Laundry mark and all. All right, Morgan, start a tracer on this mark, will you? This is your mark, isn't it, Brightman?
Yes, sir, Lieutenant. One of my series.
Whose is it?
Right now, I got to think.
Don't you keep a file on these marks?
Oh, no, only regular customers. There's no time for once in a while.
Anybody who wears green shirts like this one must have been... Well, you ought to remember him.
The shirt, I remember. This fellow, he comes in maybe 2 weeks ago. I remember because all the shirts in the bundle, pink, yellow, blue, green. Always at least one is white, but not this customer. Pink, yellow, blue, green.
What was he wearing?
A suit. What else?
What color shirt?
I think... Yeah, lavender, I think.
Mm-hmm. And the suit?
Like the boys say, sharp. Brown. A little yellow stripe.
Kind of stood out in the crowd, that baby.
Yeah. Also on account of his face.
Why, a scar or something?
No, sir, Lieutenant, but... Well, I noticed... Anybody would notice. The eyes. Very narrow. The hair, very black. Almost for Japanese. Except he's not Japanese.
You leave his name and address?
No, sir, Lieutenant. He takes the ticket, comes back to the shape. No name, not that time.
You know him again if you see him?
Yes, sir, Lieutenant.
Good. Get your hat. We're going downtown and look at some pictures.
Give me 2.
2 for you, Rocky.
Jappy?
I'll stand pat.
Pat, huh? What do you got, 4 of a kind or flush?
You'll see. Yep. Think I'll take 3 myself.
Patsy, sit down, will you?
I don't feel like it.
Ah, come on. Get in the game, Patsy.
That's all you can think about. Cards and liquor.
Well, you ain't a genius around here, maybe. But I sure ain't nervous like a cat, neither.
That's because you haven't got the brains you were born with.
Is that so? Says you.
Now, take it easy. Nothing to get upset about.
Look, when the fences clam up, there must be something to worry about.
Fetchers are always jittery.
Or the heat's on.
Now, look, we got to expect it. Green must have had insurance, so they put the insurance sticks on the trail.
What trail? We all wore gloves. Jappy's the only one of us whose prints they got.
I didn't leave no print. I ain't anxious to go back to no can. The white is too hard.
Hey, what about your shirt, Jappy? The one you tore.
I bind it. I bind it like she made me. Oh, I sure hated that. Oh, boy. It was such a terrific green.
Are we playing cards or are we playing cards?
All right. Put your hands in sight, all of you. Cover him, Morgan.
Cover, Lieutenant.
You got no right breaking in here. Where's your warrant?
Save the lip, lady. You got a warrant for your friend Jappy. Had it for days.
I ain't done nothing. Honest.
Shut up, you. Well, we've got Jap cold on a laundry mark. Just a piece of green shirt he forgot to pick up at Breen's. But we figured he didn't have the brains to plan this one, so we let him lead us to you.
You can't prove anything on us. All you got is a laundry mark on Jappy, and he's been away before.
You hear that, Jappy? He wants you to take the rap for your pal.
Yeah? If there's a rap, we'll get it together.
Jappy, don't be a jerk.
What in your lip, Jappy?
You heard the fellas, Jappy.
Yeah, you heard your pals, Jappy. You're the only one with a record. Second time around for you.
Do I get a break, Lieutenant, if I talk?
Shut up, you two. Stop talking, Jappy boy.
She planned it. She laid out the whole deal. She and Rocky. And a job on that dress shop over on State Street with the string and a keyhole.
Why, you dirty, rotten, sniveling stool picker, let me get my hands on you. Ow!
Okay, boys, we've got enough. And we'll have more after Jappy boy goes on with his song in private. Get moving. You too, girlie.
I won't. You'll have to drag me.
Get moving, I said, or I'll give it to you again. And you've no idea how I hate to sock a lady.
Lion does not pay. Betty Furness, who was starred as Patsy Rice in Burglar Alarm, will be back with you in just a moment. Now, here in person is Betty Furness.
Let me say first that ever since the capture of a gang which operated in a manner similar to Patsy's, windows which have to be boarded up are guarded outside of business hours by a specially assigned policeman. However, those policemen are symbols of more than just the vigilance over private property, which is their primary concern. They are symbols of the added cost in taxes and manpower which might be avoided if young people like Patsy found the proper training and right outlets for their abilities. It's society's loss in more ways than taxes when a mind like hers turns sour through no basic fault of its own. Yes, in more ways than one, crime does not pay.
Thank you, Miss Furness. Crime Does Not Pay is written by Ira Marion and directed by Marx B. Loeb, with music composed and conducted by John Garth. Technical advisor is Burton B. Turtis. The events, characters, and names used in the story you've just heard are fictitious. Any similarity is purely coincidental.